Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. I'm making this video to restore your faith into precious metals because right now is the perfect time for FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt to settle in. This is when the doubts come in. This is when you start second guessing if precious metals are the right choice, the right investment, and I'm here to tell you it still is. These markets move slower than most other investments like cryptocurrency or even stocks, and they're supposed to. Precious metals are a longer term preservation of wealth, and if you're looking to make a quick buck, you're in it for the wrong reasons. So, the real potential time frame for gold and silver to really explode to the degree or to the standards that you're looking for is going to be in several years from now. I'm not here to tell you that silver is going to be $25 by tomorrow. That's unrealistic. That's going to mislead you. I'm not going to tell you that silver is going to reach $50 in the next year or so. It's looking like more 3, 4, 5 years from now if we want to see extremely high silver prices. I mean, silver was $50 10 years ago, but that doesn't mean that it has to take another 10 years. But given the circumstances, we still have a long way to go. So, yes, silver has potential. No, it's not going to happen overnight. Now, I wanted to make this video because silver's sitting around the $17.50 range right now, and that is still pretty low compared to where prices were headed, mid $18, almost towards 19. Sorry about that. Almost towards $19. And you get desensitized to higher prices, right? Like, let's say, like when I got into the market is going to be a different perspective on prices right now than when you got into the market. I got into the market several years ago when silver was $21. So $17.50 is extremely cheap to me because I'm used to paying $21 per ounce. Whereas someone who got in, let's say in 2010 or 2007, when silver was only $8, $9, $10, then $17.50 silver could seem extremely high. You see how depending upon when you got into the market is going to determine whether you think prices are low or high right now. And I'm here to tell you that that's irrelevant. You got to remember the bigger picture. You got to see the bigger time frame of where silver is headed. Now, regardless if you pay $5 an ounce or $20 an ounce, in the grand scheme of things, that's going to be pennies to the dollar to where silver prices really could be headed. Now, why is this, Silver Slayer? Well, because silver, unlike gold, has industrial and monetary value. Not only does it have the safe haven stigma that gold has in times of economic uncertainty, and which is definitely going to be driving prices up sooner than later, but then after that, then there's going to be the industrial applications, the supply and demand, the technological uses that silver has on top of the safe haven, which could push prices even higher. So it's a win-win situation. Gold is a win situation. Silver is a win-win situation. It's like a double-edged sword where no matter what happens in the economy, it's looking like it's going to drive silver prices higher. But how much longer do we have to wait, Silver Slayer? Well, you can invest, you can diversify and invest into some coins that will make you money quicker, and then you can invest into bullion, which will make you money in the longer term. Diversification is key. If you have all your eggs in one basket and that basket drops, all your eggs are broken. If you have several different eggs in several different baskets and one of those baskets drop, at least you have a whole bunch of other eggs in other baskets. So regardless if spot price stays low, you can invest into high premium silver, which will protect you from spot price. Because in 10 years from now, if silver is still $17.50, then all your American Eagles are still going to be worth that, and your stack hasn't appreciated a penny. But if you have coins like pandas, kookaburras, coins koalas, coins that the design changes every year, then in 10 years from now, your American Eagles might stay the same price, but at least those coins will have quadrupled in price. See where I'm going? You want to diversify because if you diversify, regardless of what happens, your stack is still going to become profitable. Now you don't want to be in on one or the other. It's safer to do both, but you have to have a balanced stack. The three most important words in the world of precious metals is patience, balance, and budgeting. You have to be patient to allow the silver to have enough time to appreciate. A lot of times people are going to be panic selling right now, losing faith in the markets, and they're going to be losing a lot of money. They'll break even if they get lucky, and that's just them not they're selling themselves short. Right? That's what that is. You're selling yourself short. You're not giving the markets enough time to appreciate and value. The second one is balance. You have to have a balanced stack because if, like I said, you have all American Eagles and you're looking to sell in 10 years, you might have been patient enough, but if your stack isn't balanced, then you're not going to make any money. What's the point? And that determines on your perspective on where silver prices are headed. If you think silver is going to stay lower in 10 years from now, which a lot of people don't, then you can stack bullion, right? Some people, regardless, they don't like high premium silver because they don't want to pay. They would rather buy as much silver as they can for as cheap as possible. So this really depends upon the individual. I always reflect back to this, is how silver stacking is such an individual investment, and it is. It depends on where you see silver prices are headed. Someone who sees silver prices, spot price, staying lower, then they would be investing into more high premium silver to still make some money regardless of what spot price does. But if you're very bullish on silver, then just go with bullion, buy as much silver as you can for as cheap as possible, building a foundation, accumulate your wealth. And silver is intrinsic, so regardless if it's an American Eagle or it's a Panda, it still is valuable. And so you're never going to be completely wrong. You're just transferring fiat money for actual money. Money that cannot be created nor destroyed. Money that has a lot of potential. So I make this video because I know I've seen the patterns. Gold and silver is not going to go up, up, up. And you don't want it to. You don't want it to. There has to be some sell-offs, some dips, some pullbacks. And that's people selling the tops. They're buying low and selling high. You don't want to be the person that buys high and sells low. That's where you lose money. That's a red flag. And it's also a red flag if you see silver going up, up, up. That's a huge red flag that is going to crash, crash, crash. You want it to appreciate a little bit and then pull back, and that's people selling. And then once the price goes low, then people buy up a whole bunch of silver, and that shoots the price up. And then once it goes higher, people sell it, and it goes a little bit down. As long as it's gradually going upwards, which it is, it was as low as $11.72, and now it's up to $17.50. So it's already appreciating dramatically, and it's already on a trend upwards, right? If you can look at the bigger picture, then you can see that silver's doing that. Someone who picks apart the day-to-day prices, though, can't see that because they're too distracted on the little things. You have to step outside of yourself and look at the overall picture. And that's with any investment. That's with real estate. That's with cryptocurrency. That's with stock markets. And that's with precious metals, especially precious metals, because it is a slower market. So I hope you can reflect upon this video and see, kind of back to the basics on why you're stacking and if you're stacking accordingly to those plans. Because a lot of times we do get distracted, we get off track, and that's because there's so much happening right now in the economy, in the society, with the riots, with the protests, with the U.S.-China trade negotiations, with the virus spreading, with the 2020 presidential election coming up, the politics. There's so many things happening. It's very easy to get distracted and to lose sight on why we started investing and where we're headed in our investments. So hopefully that you can reflect upon that. Hopefully you can get back on track with your silver stack, and you can balance your stack and also budget. Because remember, budgeting is the last word. Patience, balance, and budgeting. And budgeting is just as important. All three of those are equally important. Not one is more important than the other. If you're not budgeting, you could definitely be putting yourself in the hole. There's not always a right time to buy. There's not always a right time to sell. Sometimes holding off is the safest, smartest solution. Some people feel like they always need to be buying, selling, or trading, doing something, and sometimes holding is the best solution. That's what I'm doing right now. I don't see silver prices too cheap to be buying. I mean, if I was in a dire situation, if I really needed to accumulate silver, I would right now, because it's still extremely cheap in the grand scheme of things. But I have enough silver where I'm sitting comfortable. And if you don't, then I definitely recommend still buying, because this could be one of the last times we see silver, under $20, and that's being serious. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought this video was educational, informational, or at least just entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Let's see if this video can get 200 likes. Everyone go like the video right now. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.